the Bookatarian here for another video. Today I'm going to be filming my December TBR. Now for my December TBR, I've decided that I would make a Bookopoly board, which is inspired by Becca from Becca Loves the Books. Her version of Bookopoly, except I don't do the prompts for the spaces the exact same way. They're not all genres. They are a combination of genres and prompts, as well as the corner spaces are a little bit different from hers as well, but the basic rules still stand. I'm only going to be doing 5 rolls on average per month, unless I roll doubles, in which case I will add another roll to the game. And so my go space, so to speak, is the adaptation read. I won't be doing a tour of the board just because I don't think it's really important. And so basically I'll just get to rolling now. My avatar space mover is my Raja Funko Pop. This is the first roll. 5, not doubles, thank God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I landed on a chance card. So a chance card is like what Becca does, an even mix of books I'm not as excited to read and books that I really, really want to read. So, and I've already shuffled all the 2 decks of cards long before this, so this should still be shuffled from the last time. And the symptoms of being human is the first chance card of my bout of doing Bookopoly. That is really good. I will keep this out, I guess. It was one of my most anticipated reads since I purchased it, so I'm glad I started off with a good bang. Alright, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Free pick. That's amusing. Okay, so free pick is basically just I can choose whatever book I want. That's actually very helpful as I'm in the middle of a readathon right now, the Taylor Swift playlistathon. Alright, roll number 3. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, a friend pick. That's interesting. I don't have anyone on standby. My roommate just went off to work, so that should be interesting. I do, however, have a few books that she has loaned me from her own personal library, so I will pick one of those to add to this playlist. TBR. Roll number 4. Ah, doubles. I had double 5, so another 10 roll. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And an adaptation read. That is another one that is actually very lucky. Another book that I have for the readathon that I'm doing is an adaptation. So that just makes things so much more simpler. So much more simple. I can speak words. I just realized that you can see the lights I'm using reflected in the TV screen, and that's probably not the best decision. But oh well, I'm well lit and it makes it interesting, I would assume. Anyways, what is this? Roll number 4. 6. 5, 6. Myth, legend, and retelling. Okay. I can do that. I can make that work. That's actually another good... I'm getting so lucky. Aside from the extra roll, I'm getting ridiculously lucky for picks that I need for this readathon that I'm doing. It's kind of hilarious. Anyways, the last roll, I'm pretty sure, unless I get a double. Oh god, please don't let me roll another double. Okay, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Community chest. Wow, okay. A double and both of the deck cards rolled in one TBR video. That's interesting. Okay. And queer representation. Now this, it'll be another additional, do I have any? Queer rep? I don't think so necessarily. I wonder if Sadie is queer rep. Anyways, queer rep is the last prompt for this video. The first book was from the Queer Re community chess card, and that is The Color Purple by Alice Walker, which is, I think, about a girl named Celie. She gets I don't exactly know how to summarize this because I don't really remember the synopsis, but it does have queer representation of that, I am sure. I have double checked thoroughly to make sure that it does have queer rep. I don't remember what kind of queer rep it is exactly, but all the same. I have it on Audible, so I will listen to that through the month as I go. And then, of course, The Symptoms of Being Human by Jeff Garvin is, it's a gender identity, I think. Identifies. Oh, no, he's gender fluid, so he's working through that. That's what this book is about. For some reason I thought it was the transgender, but no, it's gender fluid representation. It should be on Voices. So yeah, it's about Riley Cavanagh as he basically, or as I don't know, as Riley makes their way through high school, I believe, basically coming to terms with their identity as gender fluid. And then we've got, for the myths, legends, and retelling space, I have Between the Blade and the Heart. This is a bind-up of this heart and shadow duology. So the first book is Between the Blade and the Heart, and this basically is about one of Odin's Valkyries named Malin Kriegar. There's some kind of upheaval going on in her kingdom, and she has to kind of find where her loyalties lie. And the start of the book is basically what I'm getting into. This is based off of the myth of Valkyries, which is a Norse mythological creature, so that qualifies as that. My Hero Academia Volume 2 is my pick for an adaptation read because it was adapted into an anime that I have been watching. I've watched most of it. I have a few OVA individual episodes left, as well as the new movie, but I don't have access to the movie, so I probably won't watch that for a bit. But I read the first volume, I think in October, so it'll be nice to get back into this series. This basically follows a world in which superpowers and superheroes are so much more common, and they're basically paid by the government to use their, what they call quirks is the name that they call their powers, to help people. And it's a full-blown job, and you have to get a license to become a hero, and the test to do that is very difficult. This follows a boy named Izuku Midoriya, and he was born with no quirk. He is of the 20% minority of people who do not get quirks, and one day he meets his top #1 favorite hero called All Might, and he makes a deal with All Might, as All Might asks him if he wants to accept his quirk being passed on to Izuku. I know I could have explained that a little bit better, but just that's how it's going right now. So I'm reading a manga, thankfully, in the primary reading list. This will definitely get read. Oh, and it's by Kohei Hirikoshi, and Between the Blade and the Heart is by Amanda Hawking. I forgot to mention that. And so for the free pick, I chose Sadie, what's by Courtney Summers, and this is about a girl named Sadie whose younger sister was raped and killed, and she's trying to solve the mystery behind who done it. That's basically all I know. This book has been very popular for, well, a few years ago when it came out. Not so popular now, but it's a mystery, and I have it picked up for the Taylor Swiftathon, so this is a good thing to include, as well as these two books are included in that playlist as well. So thankfully I'm at least working my way towards that readathon. And for friend pick, I chose Rook by Sharon Cameron. This is a book that my roommate has lent to me, so I know she would specifically want me to read this, as I can't ask her right now for her to pick one. So I'll add this one to it. I think this is kind of a, I think it's supposed to be a very urban fantasy in which history is repeating itself and France finds itself going through another revolution. And the Red Rook is a criminal, basically. I really do not know anything about this. It's been a long time since this was talked about on YouTube, so I really have no basis for any kind of summarization. Yeah, it was released in 2015. It's been 5 years. So yeah, this is for my friend pick. Okay, so that is all of my physical TBR that I have to read for this month of December, and the audiobook as well, The Color Purple. I'm pretty sure I can do this. None of these books are over or even 400 pages. They're all around 200 to 300. And of course, The Color Purple is a classic, but it's also a very short audiobook. A month-long readathon that I'm participating in is the Merry Bookmas Readathon of 2020. And that is created originally by, I'll have her link down below, and their co-hosts and all the information, announcement videos, whatnot. But I do have a TBR arranged for that as well. So for the first prompt, which is partridge in a pear tree, bird, fruit, or tree on the cover, I have Loki by Mackenzie Lee. This is a part of the Marvel Superheroes Companion series. This is the first one of those that I'm actually picking up. But it's basically about what happened to Loki before the whole Avengers thing went down. So it's kind of a origin, if you would, story. That's all I know about it, and it's got a bunch of birds on the cover right there. And so for a red book, I'm just choosing again My Hero Academia. It's very red, and just a good way to cross that over. And prompt number 3 for disability representation, I'm going to listen to the audiobook for A Heart So Fierce and Broken. And prompt number 4, something that involves a game, which I picked Warcross, which is by Marie Lu, and it's basically just a huge virtual reality game. It's supposed to be kind of like an Easter egg hunt. And the main character is a hacker slash mod person, basically making sure that nobody's cheating the game or something along those lines. Pretty sure that's what it's about. So yeah. Prompt number 5 is a cozy spot read, and for that one I am just choosing Loki again. Honestly, most, if not all, of these books are going to be read in my cozy spot, which is my recliner chair that I've done a lot of vlogging clips from. So really, I just had to put something down. And then a romance or friend group read. For that, I am doing, oh, that's backwards, Snow White with the Red Hair by Sarata Akiduki. And this is another anime series that I've watched and loved, and I have the first 3 volumes in the manga, so this is the first one that I'm going to be reading. Maybe I'll get to it. I have a lot of books to read, so I don't know. I think some of these readathon books are kind of going to hit the back burner, especially because it's Christmas, and again, I'll be doing shopping and working and all that fun stuff. So we'll see how well I can stick to these not as important TBRs. And then, so book by or about person of color. I have I'm Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter, which is basically about, the main character's name is Julia, and she has dreams to become a writer, but her parents are very much helicopter parents, and they just want what they think is what's best for her, even though that is not necessarily what she agrees with. And this is also a favorite trope read because it has a lot of elements of coming of age, I think, and coming of age contemporaries is my absolute favorite trope within the contemporary as a genre, so I picked that for that as well. And for number 10, released in 2019, I believe that one is, oh, what was it? I have it on Scribd. Shoot, what did I pick? Oh yes, The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston. Wow, my voice just did a really weird thing there. The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston is a contemporary retelling of The Princess and the Pauper, and that was released in 2019, and again, it's an audiobook. I'm just grateful that I could include a few audiobooks in this as well. And then a gifted book. I got Warcross for a birthday several years ago. So this is my gifted book. I decided that given how many books I have to read available at my disposal, whatever, I'm not going to try and make myself read the group pick book for this readathon, just because I tried searching it and like couldn't find it immediately on Amazon or anything like that. So I was just like, wow, this is a pretty obscure book, and given the fact that I'm already reading a lot, so I'm just gonna pass on that for now. If I happen by some miracle to finish all of these books with a few days to spare, I may try and start it. And the book is called The Deceivers by Kristen Simmons. I don't know at all what it's about. I just know the title and the author name, honestly, so I'm not even going to try and summarize it. But that is all for the first round of Bookopoly. Funnily enough, I started at the very end of the year. This board I'm using will continue on into 2021 because I just started doing this now, so I'm not going to do a huge change up when I just finished making this board. So it'll carry on. There'll just be 1 month extra. I'll probably have a new board for like the year 2022. That won't be a huge issue. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video soon. Bye!